Yes. So what I was saying is socialism. It's an economic, what do you say, system, but it is different from capitalism, feudalism, and slavery, which was happening during the capitalism. Each of the latter is divided, and what do you say? It's divided into society into parts like a dominant minority class, masters, lords, and employers, and a dominated majority. Minority, the less part is divided into masters, lords, and employers. They are the little people are there. And the majority is slaves, serfs, and employees. When the majority recognized slavery and feudal systems as injustice, they eventually fell. But in capitalism, they were not understanding, they were depressing, they were dominating, they were oppressing. When the majority recognized it is injustice, the minority fell down. Simple logic. Jo jeeta wahi Sikandar types. So, the majorities of the past fought hard to build a better system. Who are the majorities? The slaves, serfs, and employees. Now, capitalism replaced slaves and serfs with employees, masters and lords with employers. It is not a historical surprise that employees would end up yearning and fighting for something better. It's not a historical surprise. This will happen. That something better is socialism, a system that doesn't divide people, but rather makes work a democratic process where all employees have an equal say and together are their own employer. You must know this. What my point? Now the majority, who was the majority? The serfs and the slaves and the slaves. Correct? And employees. Now the capitalism was replaced by slaves and serfs and employees. How will they work? They fought for it, they came into power. Where a system is does not divide, they are working together, they are having their problems, they are sharing their problems. So when they come into the powerful part, they will also work like the same as they were suffering. They will be together. But it makes into it's going to be a very democratic process where all employees have the equal say, the right to say, and together are their own employer. No one is there to suppress them or depress them or oppress them or dominate. If your environment is good, you will love to work in that place. If your environment is not good, you will not like to work. Socialism is not a single unified theory. Just to get it. People spread socialism across the world, interpreting and implementing it in many different ways, based on a context. Now, socialism proved that capitalism produced inequalities, recurring cycles of unemployment and depression, and undermining of human efforts to build democratic politics and inclusive cultures. But socialists developed and proved, debated the solutions, varied from government regulations of capitalist economics to governing its self-owning and operating enterprises to a transformation of enterprises, both private and government, from top-down hierarchies to democratic cooperatives. Socialism. Socialists developed and debated on solutions that varied from government regulations of capitalism or capital economies to government itself owning and operating enterprises to a transformation of enterprises, both private and government, from top down hierarchies, from top level to down hierarchies, to democratic cooperatives. Everyone has a say in the matter. Understood? Things we should know about socialism. Sometimes debates, people did not agree with each other. After the Russian Revolution in 1917, socialists supporting the post-revolutionary Soviet Union, after the revolution, underscored their commitment to socialism and entailed the government owning and operating industries by adopting the new name communist. Now what happened? Those who were skeptical of Soviet style socialism, that was different. Socialism in Soviet Union or Russia was different. But they had the increasingly to favor the state regulation of private capitalists. They kept the name socialist and often called themselves social democrats or democratic socialists. For the last century, the two groups debated the merits and flaws and demerits notions of socialization as embodied in examples of Soviet versus Scandinavian socialism. They were different. But in the 21st century, the actual socialism again resurfaced, focusing on transforming the inside enterprise from top-down hierarchies where a capitalist of state board has to be changed. To a worker cooperative where all employees have equal democratic rights to choose their decisions, thereby becoming collectively their own employer. This happened again. But the Soviet Union and China achieved state capitalism, not socialism. Now, as the leader of Soviet Union, Lenin once said, that socialism is a goal you want to reach, not yet an achieved reality. That is what Soviet Union said. Russia became Russia later. The Soviet had instead achieved state capitalism. A socialist party had state power and the state had become the industrial capitalistic, displacing the former private capitalists. Socialist party was there, they were following the rules, but they removed the people who were the first capitalists. The Soviet Revolution had changed who the employer was. It had not ended the employer-employee relationship. But that too, it was to a certain part of capitalism. The rulers were changed, but the system did not change. Now there was a successor to Lenin. It was Stalin. He declared that Soviet Union had achieved socialism. He offered Soviet state capitalism as if it were the model for socialism worldwide. Now socialism enemies who were there have used this identification ever since to equalize socialism with political dictatorship. But obscuring or denying that, one, dictatorship have often existed in capitalist societies, and number two, socialism has often existed without dictatorship. He did not deny it. After initially copying the Soviet model, China changed its development strategy to embrace instead of state supervised mix of state and private capitalism focused on exports. China's powerful government would organize a basic deal with global capitalists, providing cheap labor, government support, and growing domestic market. In exchange, foreign capitalists would partner with Chinese state or private capitalists, share technology, integrate Chinese output in global wholesale and retail trade systems. China's brand of socialism, a hybrid state of capitalization that included both communist and social democratic streams, proved it to grow faster over more than years than any capitalist economy had ever done. You see China? You see China, isn't it? See how they craved through it. They used their brains and they did what they have to. Isn't it? So this is how actually everything happened. So we'll keep it till here today. I'll come back with the next few points in the next class, and I hope I was able to explain and you were able to understand. So see you soon and take care. Bye bye. Love your parents. Be good. Stay safe. See you soon. God bless. Bye bye.